Hey guys, it's Anya and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be about my cosplay journey, love story, and how it started, how I got into it, the cosplays that I have done so far. I don't have all of them, just as a disclaimer. Some of them I had to get rid of them because I was running out of space and I was also not satisfied with how I made it, but other than that, I will talk about my cosplay journey, essentially. So, I will be looking down because I have some notes. In 2014, I kind of want to say I was 13 at the time, and hang on, I was invited to my local con here where I live, which is Otafest, and some of my friends invited me to go to that event. Up until then, I didn't really know about it. I only heard about it once, but I couldn't go because I didn't know where it was at the time. But going ahead, when I was 13, 14, in high school, in my first year, somewhere around that age, in high school in my first year, I ended up going because a friend invited me. So I went and I made my costume. I don't know about other people, but my first cosplay was pretty bad. I don't think I have a photo because it is lost in the abyss somewhere. But nonetheless, I made my first cosplay. That was not very good. I think I made it in about 3 days, and that was a horrible, horrible cosplay. Even thinking about it just makes me... Oh no. But anyway, so that was my first cosplay, and that cosplay was AKB 0048. I cosplayed as Mayra Atsuko, the 14th. And I chose that character for my first one because her connection to music was very special to me, because I decided to go into cosplaying at that point because it combined a lot of things that I liked, especially when I was in high school. I was in fashions class, I was in theater. Before high school, I did drama, I did music. So it combined a lot of art, it combined a lot of performing, which is something that I've always struggled with because I was a very shy kid. I couldn't make friends, I couldn't communicate well, so I ended up being alone, and I didn't have anyone to play with at home, so I ended up making my own fun by learning a lot of the hobbies that I have now, so making accessories, sewing, being creative, making my own imaginative play. So that ended up later down the road me performing on stage, which is highly ironic because I used to have stage fright, but like I said, along the line, I ended up being on my high school performing team, which is my former high school's dance team. So I joined that, and then whole other things started to come for me, like my high school drama team, or the high school drama production. Their head director at the time, which was also my dance teacher, she asked me, hey, can you be the concept designer for some of these costumes? If there's any of the costumes in the costume storage, are you able to make something out of that based on our theater show, and I was like, of course, I would love to. So that ended up fueling more of my passion for theatrical costuming, art, you know, that type of stuff. So that's how I met cosplay, and that's how I ended up getting into the community. A few years down the road, after I graduated high school, so continuing on with high school, I ended up doing cosplays here and there. The second one after I did 0048 was Machine Doll, Unbreakable Machine Doll Yaya. I don't have the cosplay. That was one of the ones that I had to get rid of because after realizing I did something wrong, which now if I were to ever do it again, I would now know to do that instead. I'll put a picture somewhere, like maybe right here somewhere, about that costume. That costume, I used a pattern. I used 2 different patterns, but now thinking back, I should have just used the same pattern because I didn't make it fit to my body correctly. So I did screw that one up, but it wasn't all bad. It still worked, but now thinking back, I should have done it like with the same pattern and then just cut it off, but instead of using a second pattern on top. But anyway, that one was my second one, and that made me really think about a lot about what I'm going to do for my next cosplay. And to save time by using patterns instead of just trying to figure it out all by myself, because that, let me just say, that really saves a lot of time. And then down the road after Machine Doll, I don't remember what my third cosplay was after that. I don't think I remember. Yeah, I don't think I remember that one. So we'll just skip that one because I can't remember for the life of me what that other one was. Anyway, my next cosplay after that would be another kind of original character, gender bend. And I was supposed to do this one with Sylphia, but she was busy at the time and doing her internship, I think? Or something like that. Or she was out of the country at the time. I think she might have been out of the country at the time? Possibly? Anyway, she wasn't there at the bottom line. This one was a bird for a certain anime. I can't remember on the top of my head, but I decided to take the bird, make it, because the bird is essentially male, but I decided to make it female, and then kind of base it off that, the color scheme. I don't have that one with me as well because it's in my storage and it's kind of hard to take out because there's a lot of pieces to it, but that was one of my other one of my first gender bend original design cosplays, and that one was red, a lot of red. So that one was my other cosplay, and I did wear heels for that one, very uncomfortable heels, which was a bad idea, but at least now I know to change up the design to make sure that it's comfortable for me to wear. Then a few years down the road after that, maybe not a few years, maybe the next year after that, I ended up in my first year of university. Then at that time, the prior year I met someone, and then I met more friends within the community through that person, and then I ended up being in a cosplay dance group. So I ended up getting into a cosplay dance group, and as you know, that was Ski Eye, which I do have my debut. I do have a debut video or vlog. Yeah, vlog. in my channel. I'll link it somewhere. So that was my first bought cosplay. And here it is. I don't have the full thing because it's not going to fit in frame, but this is the Scuta LOLV. Lots of love. This was my first bought cosplay, and I know some cosplayers out there will probably say, oh, you can't buy cosplays, it's not a thing, cosplay is meant to be, you know, handmade. And I know there are some people who feel that way, which you're totally obligated to if you feel that way, all on you. But for my group, we decided to buy it because we wanted to keep our consistencies as close as possible. We wanted to, you know, keep everything the same. So I ended up buying this one, which I believe I got this off Cos Onsen. Well, the brand Cos Onsen from eBay. So this was my first bought cosplay, and my first and only group so far. So this was for, like I said, the name Scuta, which now has a very special part in my life because of Scuta, I ended up getting a lot of opportunities, and another cosplay that I get to keep and, you know, possibly wear again, but also, you know, share that experience with you guys about what it's like to, you know, buy stuff online, which I won't go into depth with, not unless if you guys want another video about how I make my cosplays, how my experience is with buying cosplays. So the next one is also a bought one. I have yet to wear this one, and this is the Scuta Minazuki Rui One Chance. That prior one is also from the same series and the same character. So this is the One Chance. I haven't got to wear this yet. I was planning on wearing it, but you know, with what's going on, I never had the chance to. So this is the One Chance. As you can see, it's a different type of style, and I'm sorry if this looks really wrinkly. It's been in the bag for like 6 months and I haven't been able to take it out. But those are my 2 bought cosplays as of right now. I do intend on buying more, but because I'm not going to cons, it doesn't seem like, what's the point if I'm not going anywhere? I can't really take photos in my house anyway. The next one is a handmade one. Now, disclaimer, I know I know some of my homemade stuff doesn't look good, and I tried my best. It's also probably the whole thing with I'm just trying to do my best to match what I'm trying to cosplay. So this one is actually from Idolmaster Side M. It's from the live concert, and I tried to do a spitting image of the voice actor, or Kashiwagi Tsubasa. I'll put a picture somewhere, maybe here. I tried to replicate the live concert stage outfit that Yashiro Taku, who is the voice actor of the character that I wanted to cosplay. I tried to copy his outfit, so I tried my best. In all honesty, I wanted to do this part in embroidery, but I didn't have an embroidery machine, so I had to do it by hand with paint. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's also not great. Like I said, some of my homemade stuff is not that great, so I tried to replicate the jacket and the outfit itself. I don't have the whole thing because it just became really difficult to take all out, but I tried to replicate it to the best of my ability. So this was one of my other homemade cosplays. This was in the same year of this one, except this one I wore Sunday, this one I wore Saturday. So those are, that one was one of my homemade ones, and then another homemade one was also from Skyuta. You can tell I like it a lot. Minosuki Nui again. And this one is for the stage play of Yumi Miguisa. So the story behind this is for Skyuta, they announced that they announced that they were gonna do stage plays, and I didn't know until further down the road, and I knew about the stage play through my group, so I ended up following the stage plays more. And then ended up making this one because I loved the concept of the stage play very much, so that's how I ended up making this cosplay. This isn't the whole part of it, it's just the jacket, because I'm in the process of fixing it, but I just never got to it because, you know, I'm lazy and the cons are all gone for this year, so that one took me about a month and a half because I was doing something with it every day after class, and then I started to move more when New Year's and Christmas came, so, well, Christmas and New Year's, not New Year's then Christmas. Christmas and New Year's, and I ended up finishing it in time for the event. And that one is also one of my other handmade cosplays, which, I don't know, if you guys want me to make a video on how I end up replicating costumes, maybe I'll do that in my next video or something, but let me know. But nonetheless, with cosplay, it really did give me an experience that I'll never forget. Through that, I ended up making a lot of friends. I ended up experiencing a lot of things, good and bad, with the cosplaying community for personally myself. And just learning along the way, just learning all the different techniques, you know, learning how to make my own props, really deciphering and giving me something to do with my extra time, and without it, I don't think I would be the person that I am today, because it did really help me with dealing with how to make friends, and it really did help me to make friends and, you know, get over my anxiety about being different. But cosplay really helped me step out of that shell, so that not only was I able to be more social, it helped me also, you know, be myself, but also be someone else by wearing these clothes. That gave me courage. And then eventually along the way, I ended up getting more confident with doing my cosplays and experiencing more new things. So I don't think I can really see myself giving up cosplay anytime soon, but I know I will later down the road. But maybe in the future I'll probably use my skills to just, I don't know, make costumes for someone else, maybe start a business with it, I don't know. As of right now, with the world as it is, I don't know. It just seems like something I can never really let go as of right now. So that is my cosplay journey for now, and maybe there will be more experiences down the road, but that is all for today's video, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye!